Okay. Hello and welcome. I know I have been quite MIA from this channel. I don't really know what to say, wasn't really feeling it. I really wanted to film this video though because it, if you didn't know by the title, is a birthday book haul. If you didn't know, it was my birthday at the start of this month. And I actually lasted. On my last book haul, I was like, you know what, I really shouldn't buy any more books until at least July, and bloody did it. I actually managed to not buy any books until towards the end of July because I was like, you know what, it's my birthday, I want to make sure like they all arrive for my birthday, which they did. They essentially, the ones that I ordered online came like a day after my birthday, and the other ones, I mean, I bought in store, but like the week before my birthday, so that I had them all for my birthday. Anyway, I ended up picking up grand total of 9 books? Yeah, 9. And I pre-ordered 1, so there's actually 10 in total, but I pre-ordered 1 book which doesn't come out until August, I think it is. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, let's just get on with it. Let's not babble about. We're all here for the books, not for me. Let's be real. So the first couple of books I picked up on this book haul journey that sort of started towards the end of June was A Tragic Kind of Wonderful by Eric Lindstrom. I've not actually heard much about this. It was honestly the cover that drew me in. Essentially, it's about a girl named Mel, and she loses... Honestly, can I get through a video without a cat? A Tragic Kind of Wonderful is about a girl named Mel whose brother sadly dies and she's mourning him, but at the same time she loses like 3 of her most vital friendships, and she sort of starts to lock herself away and decides that, you know, interacting with the world might not be such a great thing to do. Sorry about the tale. And in this time and in this place, she ends up reconnecting with an old friend and finds sort of a new zest for life, I guess, and starts embracing the world again and opening herself up. And I'm interested in reading it and seeing how it is. I also ended up with The Circle by Dave Eggers. Now, I picked this up because if you didn't know, it's going to be a film very, very soon. Well, it's already a film, but the film will be released very, very soon with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks. Essentially, The Circle is this massive company in our probably not too distant future, let's be real, that it just controls all social media. All of your imprint on the internet is controlled by The Circle. You can have this one account with them and it connects everything. But they are also creating surveillance and stuff like that. So they're creating little tiny cameras that are so invisible, and it's just this story of this girl named Mal and her story of going and working for the company and then realizing how insane the company is and how much impact this company has. Like, everyone thinks it's really innovative and it's really great that this company is doing all these things, and it sort of has this kind of scary but truthful impact, I think. I've started reading this one already, and some of the things that the company get her to do, I'm just like, sorry, what? That is an invasion of privacy to the next level. But anyway, I'm interested to see how this goes. I wanted to read it before the film comes out because I generally love to do that, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Emma Stone. Not Emma Stone, Emma Watson. Did I say Emma Watson before? Thanks for the input, Jinx. So then I also got a like bonus on my Dimmicks card. Dimmicks is a bookstore here in Australia, and when it's your birthday they give you a little like cash bonus on your card that you can redeem in store or online when you make an order. And so I went into store for 1 book. I came out with 3, to the dismay of my mother, who I was there with. Classic though, let's be honest. Essentially, I went into Dimmicks to get this specific copy of City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. So this is the Shadowhunter series. I have been loving the TV series and I'm quite interested to read the books. However, I wasn't really a fan of the, I think it's the US covers, like there's no specific Australian covers, but everywhere seems to have the US ones, but these are the UK covers and I really like how simple they are, and I'm looking forward to reading this one and then probably collecting all of the others. I think there's like 6 books in this series, but I've heard great things about the series, which I probably wouldn't really have picked up on if it weren't for the TV series. And if you like sort of supernatural and young adult themes, the TV show is like mint. I'm loving it and I'm excited to give this a go because, like I've said previously, I'm big on like trilogies and sets and books that, and like stories that cross multiple books, and I feel like that's something that's sort of dying out. Maybe it's because sort of dystopian types of books, which are generally what series I've read, aren't in at the moment. Like, they're not being published, but this was a while ago, I know that, but I'm just getting onto it, and so I went to pick this up and I got it. I don't think I really have to explain City of Bones or the Shadowhunter series because you've most likely heard about it before, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But I specifically wanted this cover, which I have recently learnt is the UK specific paperbacks. So while I was in Dimmicks going for the one book, and it was literally, I drove out and I was like, it's an in and out. I know that I already like looked ahead and knew that they had this book in store, and so I was like, I'll just go straight in and I'll just like come straight out. I'm just getting the one book, but that literally never happens. And of course I was going to pick up the Harry Potter 20th edition in the Ravenclaw print because I'm like a classic Ravenclaw, let's be honest here. These are so gorgeous. I got the hardcover. I honestly did think about also getting the paperback, but I decided not to. And on the inside, I mean, it's just black with the blue, and oh my goodness, like I never want to crack this, like crack the spine, because it's gorgeous and it's so matte and beautiful, and you got little postcards and a bookmark with it, and it was like great. And of course I bought it because I saw it and I wanted it. Seeing it in person, I'd seen it like on Instagram and on the internet and stuff like that, but seeing it in person was a totally different experience, and instantly my pocket was lighter because I went and bought it straight away. I really don't have to explain what Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone's about though, so I'm not gonna bother. Then I had those 2 books in my hand at Dimmicks, and I was walking up to the counter, and then this cover instantly caught my eye because, sorry, can you see that foiling? It is gorgeous. I'm still sort of speechless about it. I'm spellbound by it. It's so beautiful, the etchings and foiling of it. This is Ink by Alice Broadway. So I don't know too much about Ink. I'd heard of it a little while ago, I think when it first came out, but it was essentially the cover that really took me in. And I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but let's be real, any actual bookworm definitely judges a book by its cover. Like, that's how you entice me. That's how you get me to look and pick up your book. That's how you get me to buy your book. There's not too much information on it. The synopsis is actually like tiny, but essentially it is the story of a girl named Leora who lives in a place called Saint Stone, and in this place your every action and move is marked on your skin. So there's like 0 secrets, and I don't know, I guess Leora has something to hide and can't hide it because it ends up on her skin. But I will read this and get back to you at some point because, let's be honest, my TBR is quite massive. Lastly, I made a book Depository order. Oh, Book Depository, how I love thee. So I've got quite a wish list that I was creating throughout the year on Book Depository, and I selected 5 books on that wish list because, again, because it was my birthday, there was like this special thing where you get like 10% off books on your wish list or something like that, and that's already on top of the insane discounts that Book Depository actually has. So I picked up 5. As I said earlier, one of them is a pre-order, so I don't have that, but it is the sequel to 3 Dark Crowns, which I loved and I'm so excited for because I didn't even realize it was a series, and that just makes it even better. But in any case, I got 4 other books, and those were... What one should I start with? I'll start with this one because it's probably quite strange, but I picked up World Mythology in bite-sized chunks, which is by Mark Daniels, and it sort of just covers very, very minutely in like a couple of pages multiple world mythologies. So it even covers Australia, it covers New Zealand, it covers American Indian, Chinese, South and Central American, Greek, Roman, Norse, I really want to read those ones, Sumerian, Egyptian, like it covers a little bit of everything, and I've always been super interested in mythology and stuff like that, so I figure why not start with this. I have another one on my wish list that's like a really giant one that's specifically, I think it's Greek mythology, but I thought I'd start with world mythology in bite-sized chunks. Also slightly different, but a little bit more mainstream, I guess, was The Little Mermaid and Other Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen. I've always wanted a really nice copy of some of these stories, same as the Brothers Grimm, which is on my wish list, but it was a lot more expensive, and so that's still on there. Maybe Christmas or something like that, I'll pick that one up. But one, this cover is gorgeous. It's a hardcover and it's just beautiful, and essentially it's got a multitude of Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales, and I suppose I've always been interested in reading like the classic versions of these rather than the Disney happy versions of them. Not to say that I don't like the Disney happy versions, because I am a Disney fiend. This is a very, 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 very true fact about me, but I do also like the sort of more gritty fairy tales, and I've never had the chance to actually read them, so I'm really happy with this one. It might be a case of, you know, just 1 or 2 of the stories in between each other ones, again, to break up the routine of my classic reading style. So also in the Book Depository order, I picked up One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. Now, I had never heard of this before. I was kind of intrigued by it because it's, you know, a YA but with like a murder involved, and that's always nice and fun. But one of the little bylines was like The Breakfast Club gone wrong or something like that, and so instantly I was piqued. Essentially 5 students walk into detention, but only 4 come out. You know, one's a geek, a jock, a criminal, and a princess. So yeah, I'm like super excited to give this one a go. Also, I think it's such a beautiful cover. It's got red edging, and I didn't actually know that when I purchased it because it was just like this on the internet. And when I got it, red edging. So cool. Lastly on the book haul was Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. Now this one there's this, and Jen Bennett also does Night Owls, which I also really, really want to read. And I decided to try this one first. So basically there's this girl, Bailey, and she is talking to this guy online whose name's Alex, and she just falls head over heels in love with him because they just are so compatible. They love the same movies, everything like that, and she realizes she moves to California, which is where he is from, and she wants to find him in real life, but she doesn't know his name or anything about him, and so she sort of starts to use some detective skills and tries to find him. And I think this sounds like a really cute novel, and I think it'll be really sweet and really, really easy and quick to read as well, which is always nice. Also, the cover's kind of gorgeous. It's got some silver foiling, which you can see reflecting. One last little thing that isn't a book, but is still book related and still birthday related, is my gorgeous friend Celeste picked me up one of Ink and Wonder's gorgeous wood bookmarks. And it is the absolutely beautiful Beauty and the Beast, Tale as Old as Time, and I'm so thankful for her. I almost don't want to actually use it as a bookmark because then this like gorgeousness will be hidden inside a book all the time, but it could create conversation when I'm reading in public. Who knows? But it's gorgeous, and thank you, Celeste. So that was everything in my birthday book haul. I hope you enjoyed this. If you've read any of the books or are possibly interested in any of the books, maybe you could leave a comment below. I would love that. Leave a thumbs up if you're happy I'm finally back here, or leave a thumbs down if you wish I stayed away. And I will see you sometime in the future. Bye! Let's go. Bye!